think is covering Donald Trump turns out to be, in a sense, actually what we think is debunking Donald Trump turns out to be supporting Donald Trump.
So when we fact check misstatements he says, that helps him.
I think it does. I mean, I think we're doing, he in every situation seems to be provoking an overreaction. So we go into a fit of apoplexy. And what we set up is, as we try to go after his credibility, our credibility becomes equally a problem.
I've heard other people make this argument that there's hysteria from the national news media right now. I don't see individual journalists acting hysterical, but maybe the abundance of coverage comes across that way?
Well, first thing, I think that's not true. I think individual journalists are, in many cases, having a nervous breakdown. A good example, The New Yorker. The New Yorker has 100 years, has had one style of journalism, very detailed, very close reporting. Mm-hmm. Since the election, David Remnick, the editor of The New Yorker, has gone off in fits of bloviation, never seen in The New Yorker before. No facts, no nothing. He knows nobody in this new administration has done no reporting. And yet the world is coming to an end, in his view.
Remnick, if you're watching, come on the program, debate Michael Wolff. But let me channel him for a moment. He said to me at a recent panel discussion, this is an emergency. Journalists have to act differently. It sounds like you just disagree with that.
Totally. What is the emergency other than the fact that he is personally offended and upset and worried?
You also made the point about reporting. You've been doing reporting on this administration, interviewing Kellyanne Conway most recently for a THR profile. What did you take away from your conversation with Kellyanne?
Well, I mean, I think actually, I mean, I'm a famous bloviator for many years, and I think that one of the things about this new circumstance in this new administration is that you got to get in. You got to meet these people. You got to talk to these people. You have to see what's going on.
Are you just sucking up to get access to the White House?
If I'm sucking up a bit to get access, but I'm also trying to. I am the only person, it would seem, who is actually having this conversation, and then my conversations with these people then get retailed throughout the media chain.
Your columns do get a lot of pickup, that's true, but is it appropriate to be writing these pieces that are attempting to maybe go a little easy on them in order to gain access?
Well, I don't think they're necessarily, I don't know what that going easy on them means in this case. I'm going to them and saying, what do you think? What do you believe? Tell me. This is what we want to know. What's going on here?
And it's valuable, you're saying, to have those quotes, to have that information.
This is what we have done in every other administration. Yeah. This is a time, this actually through the transition in these first several weeks, in which the media is in all past instances, in all past administrations, has asked the questions which I am now trying to ask. Who are you? What do you stand for? What are you going to do?
Talking about this war with the media, that's what Trump calls it. You seem to think the media is also at war with Trump. Is that fair?
Absolutely.
But that's what you see. Can I read from your...
Yes, I mean, I don't think that there would be anybody who would credibly disagree with this.
Many journalists say absolutely not. This is not a war against Trump.
It's just like preposterous. And also, the interesting thing is then you can follow them on Twitter, where they are having a very personal war with Donald Trump. But very clearly...
Or a war against lying and falsehoods.
Very clearly... At the center of this is this new grail that we have. How are we going to take this guy down?
Let me read from your Newsweek column. Let's put part of it on screen here. You said the media strategy is to show Trump as an inept and craven sociopath. The Trump strategy is to show that media people are hopeless prigs out of touch with the nation. And then you mentioned me. You said the media correspondent for CNN turns to the camera every Sunday morning and delivers a pious sermon about Trump's perfidiousness. I hope I pronounced that right. Tell me about that particular issue. Do you feel that my style is wrong or my substance is wrong, trying to fact check the president?
I think it's, and I mean this with truly no disrespect, but I think you can border on being sort of quite a ridiculous figure. It's not a good look to repeatedly and self-righteously defend your own self-interest. The media should not be the story. Every week, in this religious sense, you make it the story. We are not the story.
You know, there's room for 1 hour a week on CNN for this?
Listen, I love your show. I just wish you wouldn't turn to the camera and lecture America about the virtues of the media and everyone trying to attack it. The media will be fine.
The media doesn't need defending in this moment?
The media does not need defending by the media, certainly.
Okay.
You know, and so far the media is... I mean, the New York Times front page looks like it's 1938 in Germany every day.
No, it does not. Give me a break.
The New Yorker is, as I say, has left all of its standards behind and now become, you know, an opinion vehicle constantly.
You either think this is an unusual presidency or you don't, right? Isn't that the divide? You either think this is a highly unusual and fact-free world, or you don't. It seems that you think this is sort of normal like every other presidency.
All new presidencies are unusual. I think this is unusual, and I think it's actually a great story, and which is why I am, like all of us, spending every day on it. So, but there's a very interesting distinction here to make, and many people are not making this. We spend time on this story because it's so interesting.
True. True.
Everybody else, however, is saying we spend time on this story because it's so appalling. So where's the reality there? The truth is, we really like this. We really want to be on it. We are really. It's a kind of golden media age right now.
That we can agree on for sure. Michael, good to see you. Thank you for being here.